We're live.
Right, let's try that again. As I said, welcome. We're in the BMW X5 M Sport 3 litre DX drive twin turbo. And it's Sunday, it's sunny, and we thought, well, we've given you a look around the car. Why don't we show you some performance and some of the driving options and the kind of things that are inside the cabin? Right, you've got 620 Newton meters of torque. So, we're in sport. We'll get to the national speed and we'll put the foot down. So, for a start, it's got an absolutely immense sound, and I had to back off immediately because we're at the limit. Anyway, it drives so well, but X-Drive is always very good anyway. I mean, that basically means that you've got all-wheel drive. Down here, you've got your gear shift. It's an 8-speed automatic. It's got sport mode. You've got paddles on the back of the steering wheel as well. I'd assume it's got a dual clutch plate, but without actually checking, I wouldn't like to comment. I'll have a double check. We'll check that one out before the review. Anyway, the thing about this car is it's got some really, really cool features. For example, we've got on the steering wheel BMW's driver assist. Now you've seen something similar to this in Honda. You've got a mode button here and you've got your distance here, and you can either use the assisted driving, which will basically steer for you, and it will drive down an A road with white lines on either side and steer down the road. Very impressive. Or you can set it for distance, so so you've got the distance, so you've got the steering and the distance. Let's enable it and see what happens. So, assisted driving mode is on. Yep, I can feel it steering. That's it steering, not me. That's why it's all completely green. Now it's gone grey, I'm back in control. You doing well, Annabelle?
Yeah.
Annabelle's now hanging on. Right, I've got to decide which way to go for the best signal. If Annabelle has a quick look around the cabin, you can see you've got the infotainment screen here, which is rather large. It's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got lots of other cool things as well. Now, we'll do a bit of a launch onto the dual carriageway. So, let's get up to 50. Launch. So 620 Newton meters of torque, up to 17, well, lightning in a word. As you can see, very clear cluster. You've got your heads-up display as well. It's now telling me that I can set driving mode. So if I press this button, it will then set it to 70 miles an hour. As you can see on the right-hand side of the clocks, I've got Newton meters of torque showing and horsepower. So when I give it a bit of a blip, things change. As you can see, we blipped over 70 then for a split second, but let's get back down. Now, one thing that is noticeable in this, because it's an X5, be under no illusion, it is not a small car. It is rather large. On a back road, it can be a challenge if you're not used to driving these vehicles, because it is immense. It's, how do I describe it? Well, it's easy enough to manoeuvre because it's got park assist and it's 360-degree cameras. It's just wide and long, and it's just big. It is a really big car, but that's what we like. You know, we like Kodiaks, we like X5s, we like, you know, that kind of size SUV, Stelvios, this kind of thing. Now, what else should I tell you about the cabin? As you can see, you've got this really cool gear knob that's got like a crystal effect to it. It's got XX in it, if I'm not mistaken. That's where your parking brake is. No, there's your parking brake. You've got your park mode there for the gearbox, and on the right of it, I can't remember without looking, and I'm concentrating on driving. In case you're wondering where we are, if you just shine out the window a minute, Annabelle. We're near Grange, so we're going onto the Grange Peninsula. We're just on the A590. We thought this would be a good place to go live and explain some of the features of the car. I'm trying to think what else I've got. So, we return around 40 to the gallon, and you've got Eco Pro mode down here, you've got Comfort, and you've got Individual. Now you can keep, I'm just dropping down a bit. I know it's a 60, but I still do 50 through it anyway for some reason. Always have, always will. As you can see, you've got your satellite navigation in the centre of the clocks as well. Right, Annabelle, is there anything I'm missing here? I can't think.
No, I don't think there is. I mean, obviously we can't really play around with the
well, what we'll do,
the music.
No, we can't, no. But, that's it, yes, very true. What does the music system have?
Oh, something.
Gesture control.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual make of the
No,
surround
no.
sound.
Oh, you've got Harman Kardon system.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's it.
We saw that in the BMW i8.
So yeah,
What we'll do is when we get to the end of this roundabout, because all we're going to do is come back, is I'll give it a bit of a launch off the roundabout so you can see how fast this thing is off the mark. It does 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. And as I said, 620 Newton meters of torque, so it's got a fair bit of oomph to it. So, I mean, literally the end of the roundabout's in about half a mile, maybe 3/4. Now, one of the cool features I like, and I'm going to include this in the 5 things I love about the X5 M Sport, is these cup holders down here. Now, yeah, okay, they look like normal cup holders, but they've got little buttons next to them. One with chilled and one with heated. So, we can heat our drinks and we can chill our drinks, which is, this is perfect. This is a perfect kind of vehicle that we would use to go down to, say, Goodwood Revival, which is 400 or 500 miles, isn't it, usually?
Yeah, it's a goodly distance from here.
Yeah. So we're going up to the roundabout. Now it does grip like it's on rails because it's got 21-inch wheels, and it's got, I think it's something like I can't remember, is it 315 or 345? It's some ridiculously wide rear tyres, and the rears are wider than the front. So, well, give it a there we go. As you can see, seamless gear changes, and I have to back off again. It just powers through. So yeah, this gearbox is very smooth, it's very refined, it's seamless. It is what you expect from BMW. In the cabin, it's practical, it's big. You've got this big panoramic sunroof. I think this is an option, isn't it?
It is.
It's about £2,500.
Yeah.
It's also got some kind of special glass as well. We're sat on BMW individual seats as well. Ah, look, a retro machine.
Woohoo!
Yes, everybody's out exploring today. Clear to drop in, we are indeed. So yeah, I really do like this car. It's refined, it's smooth, and it's not too raw either. Grips like it's on rails, but it isn't to the back-breakingly hard and stiff and handly, if that makes sense. It's got a smoother, more refined feel to it. Right, let's put it in driving mode so we can see, demonstrate that. Okay, so assisted driving mode, and it's engaged. It's following the vehicle, it's accelerating. It's now braking. Absolutely fruit bat crazy, and start flashing, and there'll be loads of lights illuminating because
and beeps
it thinks,
and boops.
Yeah, well, it'll think I've taken my hands off the steering wheel. Big anywhere over 35, so let's set it to say 47. Right. Control again. Yeah, these systems are so much more intelligent. I mean, it is steering now. It's steering down the road. I'm literally holding it between my fingertips so you can see what it does. It's also telling me it's a 60 limit. Another clever feature of this car is it will tell you when you're getting closer to another limit, and it will display that limit above the other limit, so you can tell what limit you're going to be going into. I said limit a fair few times then. Yeah, it's remarkable. It's a very intelligent system. Right, I think that's enough anyway. So, watch out for the 5 things that I love about the BMW X5, and also watch out for the review coming later in the week. Likely to be between Friday and Sunday. We seem to be putting them out on a Sunday evening. Oh, I've also got a video to put out today as well, a bit different. Something you won't be expected to see, but it is more related to cars like that.